Greetings, this is Scotty Reed of Black Talk Radio News, and I normally don't talk about sports, although I am a sports fan, big fan of the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton going to make much noise next year, definitely looking for the playoffs. But there's a story in the basketball arena that has really caught my eye. I do listen from time to time to sports talk radio, and so they were talking about this Asian man playing for the New York Knicks. His name is Jeremy Lin, and the man has some skill. You have to give credit where credit is due. You just don't walk onto an NBA court and produce the type of numbers that this guy is producing. And he's become a big story in the national media headlines. But I heard this talk show host, this sports talk show host today, try to, I guess, minimize what Jeremy Lin is doing and saying that he can't understand why this guy is getting all this attention and how some people are hating on Tim Tebow. And so that just prompted me to do this video and weigh in on it myself. First of all, Tim Tebow was highly touted coming out of high school, got a scholarship to go to Florida where he won 2 championships. And that first championship, he actually split time at the quarterback spot with a kid from Charlotte by the name of Chris Leak. So he didn't win that national championship on his own, and actually Chris Leak got the most valuable player for that championship game. Now, secondly, a lot of I guess scouts would say that Tim Tebow was drafted higher than he should have been drafted. He shouldn't have went in the first round. And we got to see Tim Tebow actually play in the NFL. And I think anybody that's looking at him objectively knows that he does not have the skills that are needed to be a passing quarterback in the NFL. Now, he's a good runner, and perhaps he might work out as fullback, maybe even halfback, or as a tight end. But he did not deserve the hype that he got from the national media. And I felt like he was hyped because of his Christian faith, number one, and number two, because he's white. Now, the talk show host tried to say that race was playing into why Jeremy Lin is getting much more positive feedback from his news story, and a lot of people are hating on Tim Tebow. I don't think they're really hating on Tim Tebow. They just hating on the national media who hyped this guy up when he didn't deserve all of that hype for the things that he did on the field. And also, you know, I'm a little bit biased because, as I stated, I'm a North Carolina Panthers fan, and Cam Newton had a black quarterback, a rookie drafted number 1 in the last draft, had the best season for a quarterback ever in the NFL. I guess I should qualify that by saying rookie season. This guy passed for over 4,000 yards and rushed for over 700 yards. He also set many rookie records for that position, but he also scored the most touchdowns ever by any quarterback in the NFL, rushing touchdowns, I should say. But yet, he had this great individual statistic season with the Carolina Panthers, but yet when you open up a newspaper, turn on the radio, or turn on your television, all you hearing about is Tim Tebow and Tebowing. And I'm all Tebowed out. Now, Jeremy Lin is a different story. He too is also a Christian. He is an Asian male who plays in a predominant sport that is predominantly dominated by African Americans or black people, period, because you have players also from Africa and all different parts of the world. So it is a sport that is dominated by black people, and it is the most, and I've heard plenty of experts say this, the most athletic sport of any sport, and that's the NBA. Now, Jeremy Lin did not get a scholarship to go to Harvard. He got on the basketball team as a walk-on. He was not drafted by the New York Knicks, but he did, like many other people before him have done, and worked through the minor leagues of which they call the D League in the NBA. Okay, so he paid all his dues, he put in all that hard work, and then he got a chance. He got his chance due to injury to be able to play. He first came in his first game for the Knicks off the bench, and then he started in the rest of the games that he had played in thus far, and he produced. Unlike Tim Tebow, this guy actually has skill to play the position for which he has been put at by his team, and that's point guard. Tim Tebow does not have the skills to be a NFL quality quarterback, but I would dare say Jeremy Lin has shown that he has the skills to be a starting point guard in the NBA. Now, this is a true underdog story. He isn't a media creation, and he isn't being hyped up by the mainstream media. Okay, he's getting the mainstream attention, but it's because of what he did on the court. With Tim Tebow, you had a lot of fans badger the Denver Broncos organization into letting Tim Tebow start. He didn't win that in minicamp. He didn't win that in the preseason. Okay, that was mostly fan pressure. That is the reason why John Elway told John Fox to start Tim Tebow. And yeah, he had a couple of good games, but a couple of good games does not make an NFL career, and it does not make a great NFL quarterback. And so I just, you know, you want to talk about racism. If there's any racism, as that host tried to say, with more people feeling good about Jeremy Lin than Tim Tebow, you know, we can say the same thing, that race played a factor in why Tim Tebow got more media hype than Cam Newton did. Again, Cam Newton won national championship in college, comes to the NFL. Everybody said he could not play the position. He wasn't smart enough. Just everything that they could say, they said to try to undermine this young black quarterback. And what did he do? He didn't do anything but go out there and get the job done. So I would also like to say much success to Jeremy Lin, and I wish you continued success. And you deserve all the attention that you're getting. This is Scotty Reed for Black Talk Radio News, signing off.